people think that you need permission to help another person. They think you need a job title to help another person. They think you need 501c3 status to help another person. But really, all you need to do is walk up to that person and ask, do you need help? How can I help you?
Dr. King had a dream. I am the dream. Dr. King had a dream.
I'm an Egyptian American. My mom is from Alexandria, Alexandria, Egypt, and our family is Jewish. So they were kicked out of Egypt in 1954. She grew up in a camp until she was almost 10 years old, and they all had to take care of each other because that was how they survived. The government wasn't going to take care of them. And when my mom immigrated to the United States, she didn't speak any English. The entire time she was working her ass off, she always was helping people, whether it was, collecting food and bringing it to the folks who needed it. She was volunteering at the food bank in Southwest Portland, the neighborhood house, and she was one of the only Arabic speakers there, so she was able to work with the Muslim populations who were getting, like TV dinners and stuff and a bunch of food they didn't want, and actually figure out what they needed, which was, like fresh produce and fish and rice and whole grains and things that they actually wanted to cook. A lot of nonprofits and community organizations sort of operate in the we know best way, and that is a form of white supremacy in itself. Telling a marginalized population, here's what you need. You should be eating food like this. You should be taking care of yourself in this way. For me, mutual aid is drastically different than charity. Charity is the idea that there's a marginalized population who needs something and you can just kind of drop stuff off and they have to say thank you and you get to be the savior. With mutual aid, it is a mutual process that's based on mutual respect. We've gone to over 12 different Indian reservations, doing like anything from supply drops to large supply distributions. And of course, in June, or in late May, when George Floyd was murdered by police and the uprising started in Portland, mutual aid became a whole different thing. And the infrastructure that was in place, to take care of the folks who were most marginalized, the folks who were high risk, that all still needed to happen. But there was also this whole new need to take care of the thousands of protesters that were going out every day and to make sure that they had proper safety equipment, that if they got hurt, that there were people there to make sure they were okay, that they were getting food and water. I just hope that those folks who were sort of activated by the murder of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, are going to continue to search for that knowledge and continue to check their own privilege and continue to try and do that daily anti-racism work that is necessary if we want to actually destroy white supremacy.
Dr.